everybody, I am Janty the Artsy Rose, and welcome back to Will You Marry Me? Solomon. Looking at Wesley's quote, when he says, I want to make a family with you, I wonder if that's an indication that the reason he's so confident like he is because he has no one else to kind of, well, tell him that he's the best and all that, though he has to believe it himself. He has to believe it himself because no one's going to be rooting for him or cheering him on. But I guess without any proper guidance, you can kind of go down the wrong tangent if you're not too careful. I hope I don't permanently lose this event once this is over, but I'm under the impression that it will be. It'll be gone because, well, that sucks. Anyway, let's do what I can do. I'm gonna do what I can do to the best I can. If you insist, Rhoda, I have no right to stop you. Solomon hung his head in defeat. Although I like spending time alone together, too, I also enjoy talking with friends I hadn't seen in a while. Thank you very much. Then I will get a place setting ready for myself as well. Thanks, Norton. Norton skillfully set another place for himself, and so our small 3-person dinner party began. Rhoda, there are a lot of foods you do not normally see here in Oz. Yeah, I brought vegetables we picked in Kansas, so I made something we would normally eat in my world. I see. Is it all right to begin eating? It looks so delicious that I have become quite hungry. Of course! I personally requested today's meal. Solomon proudly declared proudly after hearing Norton's praise. Then I'll start with the salad. Solomon grabbed some of the vegetable-packed salad with his fork. Because it was food they had never had before, I was a little worried whether they would like it or not. This is good. As Solomon chewed, I could hear the crunch of the fresh vegetables. Good to hear that. I was a little worried you might not like it, since you've never had it before. I told you, I'd gladly eat anything you made. But this is really amazing. I knew he wasn't just flattering me from the look on his face, and I was relieved from the bottom of my heart. The soup is rather substantial, too. It's very good. Next to Solomon, Norton was also eating his soup with a smile. I was delighted that the people I loved enjoyed my food so much. Eat as much as you like. Of course. Are you going to have some too, Rhoda? Solomon pointed out that I had yet to eat anything. It seemed I was too intent in watching their reactions. I quickly picked up a fork. Yeah, of course. Then I'll feed you. Here, say "Aw." Solomon put some food on his fork and brought it close to my mouth. Although this was not the first time he had done this, I had never gotten used to it, no matter how many times he did it. I can eat by myself, thanks. Don't say that. He's cute. Seeing that he had no intention of dropping it, I gave up and opened my mouth. Juicy vegetables entered my mouth. The flavor of my slightly sour, homemade dressing spread across my taste buds. Was it good? How's it? It's great. Hearing my reply, Solomon nodded his head in satisfaction. Then, how about some soup next? Solomon swiftly ladled up the soup and brought it to my mouth. Even though Norton was here with us, my body grew steadily hotter at his usual antics. Is it good? Oh dear, you got some on your mouth. Solomon's finger gently traced my fingers. At his touch, my back shivered as though an electric shock had run down it. Thanks for the food. Solomon looked the soup off his finger and smiled. If he keeps doing this, I won't even be able to taste the food anymore. I'm glad you two get along so well. Norton coolly commented, and all at once I was returned to reality. That's only natural. I was thinking I might just sweep her away if she happened to have grown tired of you, Lord Solomon, he said with a smirk on his face. What? Norton? I'm joking. It doesn't sound like you were joking. Aww. For some reason, I get the feeling Solomon was constantly hanging his head in defeat today. Seeing him like that, both Norton and I laughed. All right, you two. Shall we continue eating? Today's main dish is something my aunt made. Next to the fragrantly cooked meat were mashed potatoes. It was something we often ate at home. Your aunt must be great at cooking, too. I don't have any keys. What am I going to do? How do I get keys? Uh-oh, I forgot to bring the heart key to pass this checkpoint. What should I do? No, we can't advance further. Aww. Oh, so I can buy heart keys with spinels. Great lord, these are expensive. Well, I can buy one. One is all that I need. Cleared! Congratulations! Oh, I'm so relieved. Now please go back to his side. He's waiting for you. He's waiting for you. Sure, little hedgehog creature. If she's this good at it, I wonder if she might be a witch. Then that would make me the daughter of a witch. Talking lightheartedly, I took a bite of the juicy roast beef. It occurred to me that we never could have spent time together like this back when Solomon and Norton hated each other. But now we could. I reflected happily on this meal between the three of us in the castle. I ate a lot. Thanks for the meal. I only used about half of the vegetables I had brought, but it was still quite a lot. All three of us were stuffed, and our movements had become lethargic. If it is all right, I would like to give you some tea as thanks after our meal. Really? Thank you. Norton smiled as he wiped his mouth. The weather is nice today, so shall we move to the garden? Yeah, good idea. Solomon agreed as well, and we decided to move. Wow. Solomon lit up the dark garden with some magic light. Then, after Norton got the tea set ready, the preparations for our tea party were complete. This is the first time I've had a tea party under the night sky. Please, sit. I sat in the chair Norton offered me, and he poured a cup of hot tea from the pot. Taking a sip, I enjoyed its fragrance and superb taste. The tea you make is always delicious, Norton. It is an honor to have you say that. Norton also thanked him politely, then took his own seat. We don't really have tea parties in Kansas, so I kind of feel like I've become a princess. You are like a princess to us, right, Norton? Yes, that is true. You are also the one who saved the land of Oz, after all. You two are exaggerating. Even though I had said so myself, I became somewhat embarrassed and drank my tea in one gulp. Not at all, my princess. Solomon suddenly stood and knelt in front of me. I was so happy that I can accompany such a wonderful lady. Taking my head reverently, he brought his lips to it. That reminded me of the time when I chose him to be my lover, and my pulse immediately sped up. I love you. He gently kissed the back of my hand. As he looked up at me, my heart started pounding so hard it felt like it might burst. Believe me now? Yeah, that was enough to convince me. It seemed like no matter what I did, he was able to fill every last chamber of my heart with his love. Now that I think of it, what you made today was a dish from Kansas, right? Around when I had finished my second cup of tea, Solomon suddenly asked me that. Yeah, that's right. Is Kansas famous for anything else? Like scenic landscapes or famous buildings? I had heard that Solomon used to like to travel to different places before he became a wizard. So it wasn't surprising that he was interested in Kansas' landmarks. It might not be anything that you could really call famous, but there are a few places I was brought to when I was a kid. Tell me about those then. There's a bunch of things like a museum, a shopping mall. I enjoy the zoo the most. When you go there, you can see all kinds of different animals from around the world, all at one time. That sounds like a strange place. What kind of animals are there, for example? The one that stood out the most was the lion, I think. Unlike Leonardo, it was really scary when it roared. When I first saw it, I was so scared that I cried. That sounds dreadful. Yeah, I remember my family making a big fuss about it. If I had heard back then that I would someday go on a journey with a lion, I would have been so surprised. What else? What are there besides the zoo? Solomon leaned forward as he listened to me talk. My aunt told me that there is a place that's beautiful at night, close by the zoo. What do you mean, told you? Norton tilted his head at my strange wording. They said you're supposed to go there with a special person after becoming an adult. So they didn't take me there. I didn't really understand what they meant when I was a child. Of course, now it was clear to me that it's a date spot. I'm interested in Kansas, but I'm also interested to hear about what you were like as a kid. Yes, what kind of child were you? I think I was just normal. I used to play around like a boy and get hurt. Then my aunt and uncle would get mad at me. You mean you were rambunctious? That's my Rhoda. Oh no, a love choice. I don't think I can do this. Nope, I can't. Oh. Well, I can buy it with the spindles. So, in a sense, I can't finish. Oh, goodness. It'll be a while before I can finish this. You might still have some of that in you yet. True. Norton and Solomon chuckled together. Hey, don't laugh at me! That's not it, Rhoda. We're not laughing at you. Flustered, Solomon tried to defend himself. I was just imagining you running around a child and thought you must have been so cute. Yes, me as well. If it were possible to travel back in time, I would love to see that. Of course, you're very beautiful now too. Are you sure you're not trying to butter me up? I only ever speak the truth. Solomon shrugged his shoulders jokingly. I haven't been away from Quadlings in a while. I'd like to go on a trip. Could you bring me to Kansas, Rhoda? What? Bring me to the place where you live. I'm very interested in the town where you grew up. Lord Solomon. Norton, who had been calm up until now, suddenly became stern. I assume you have not forgotten what happens to you if you left Quadlings? Since the dimensional gate was created, there had been a number of other people from Oz beside me who had gone to Kansas to have fun. But because Solomon couldn't leave the castle without his magical powers and life force weakening, he hadn't been able to do that. Of course I hadn't forgotten. It's just that since I've been with Rhoda, I've gotten much better. But there's no guarantee that you would be fine if you went to a whole other world. Norton didn't seem like he was going to let go. Please, tell him, Rhoda. Yeah. He was looking at me so sternly. I wasn't sure what to say. Oh no. I guess this decides the ending, doesn't it? Naturally, I would be worried. I'm worried about your health. Thanks, Rhoda. Solomon gently patted my head. His touch felt comfortable, and it warmed my heart. I don't come any difficulty with your loving care. He sounded so serious. My chest hurt as though it was being squeezed. But if something happens to you in Kansas, I won't be able to do anything to help you. I'm sorry, Rhoda. I didn't mean to make you sad. Suddenly realized that Solomon looked much sadder than I did. I just wanted to know more about you, the woman I love. At least, understand that. As he expressed his thoughts, all I could do was nod. How could she not understand that? If he was my lover, I would understand. You ran out of tickets, I see. Worry not. I'll be waiting for you here. So do show me your smile again soon. Just one more.
Oh no! What happened? What happened? No. Wrong one. I made a goof. Whoopsie. Dang it. I'm a klutz. I'm a klutzilla.
I'm sorry for bringing up something so impossible, you two. I wouldn't mind if you thought of it all as a joke. Solomon quietly drained his pissy cup. Shall we head back to our room soon? You're welcome to stay over, of course. Yeah. For some reason, I became uneasy at his sudden calmness. See you later, Norton. Yes, good night. Saying goodbye to Norton, I followed after Solomon. He didn't say anything until we reached the room. It's very pretty. I had no idea what to say either, so I remained quiet too. Norton won't find us this far in. Huh? He sounded so suddenly joyful that I thought I misheard. Should we go to your house in Kansas now? But you just said that it was all a joke! If I had said that, Norton wouldn't have let me go. He sounded like a mischievous child. He looked like a mischievous child. Don't you to come with me to the place with the beautiful night scenery that you'd never been to? Well, I'd like to, if possible. And that's why I love you. He put his hand on my waist and drew me to him. Hang on tight, Rhoda. No, wait! His room was engulfed in a white light as the dimensional gate opened. He hugged me closer, and I hugged him back just as tightly, as though trying to shake away my fears. Our interdimensional trip had begun. We were on our way to Kansas.
I don't know if I should be worried or if I should be looking forward to this. I'm just wondering, what do the... Oh, chapter 10.
Well, I think I'm gonna stop this here. I am Jenny the Artsy Rose, and I shall see you in another video. Goodbye!